All right. Sorry about that. So we are obviously double topping right here, okay? But guys, I'll be honest, I'm long biased because we got this pink line going on, right? It's so important to follow the trend. I mean, do you know how many people got absolutely smoked on Friday? I had so many students reach out to me. Oh, Calvin, I blew up an account. And I was like, why? They're like, well, it's been bearish for like, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And I'm like, yeah, but we said a bounce was coming and it did it right on the pink line. I mean, if you see, look at that. That's picture perfect. That's my strategy picture perfect right now. I'm not saying my strategy works all the time, but that is a picture perfect example. So today, what happens? We get near the pink line at like 3 a.m. We bounce, and now we're hitting this trend line. Guys, I'm more interested in the long. Now, this is a big level. We do have to break above that. Okay, I understand that. But I'm looking kind of long.
What is that level, the 676?
Well, it's back here. Okay. And it was I believe it was a news spike on CPI or PPI. Okay. So is it significant? I don't know, but it is a level. It's a little spike we got to get over. I don't think it's going to be too hard to get over it. We're also dealing with that low. Okay. But I think we're good to head up into the 5700s where the 200 SMA is. I think that's going to be acting as a magnet. All right. So what I'm going to be looking to do is I'm going to wait. So we already got the reset right here, right? Boop. We got like 3 resets. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 bull candles under the 10. One is a juicy hammer. And I think if we can come up and test this level one more time, we can break through. Stop here. I know that's a wide stop, but guess what? The VIX is high, so we're going to have wider stops in this condition. So your normal model would look like that, OG model. And then aggressive, we just have to wait for the bear candle to come in, but it'll probably look something like that. Okay. And as I promised, this week I'm going to be doing both. So what I'll probably do this week is like, let's just say this sets up, right? So I'll do a buy stop and I'll probably risk, oh gosh, I'm on ES. I have to do this on MES, hold on. Okay, let's just pretend a bear candle closes, it hasn't happened yet, right? I'm just planning ahead. It's probably gonna look, the 2 trades are gonna look like something like this. And what I'll do, and I'll make this like 4 or 5 Rs. This is my more aggressive one. It's up to you. You can just do 3 Rs too. And buy stop, let's say I risk $100 on this one, okay? So it'll look something like that. And then on this one, I'll do $100 as well, okay? So I'll actually set up 2 orders like that. I'm gonna do both this week. So in total, I'm gonna risk about 250, which is in line with my R. Does that make sense? But I'm gonna wait till we actually get the setup. Say copy that, if that makes sense.
Copy.
Copy. Roger.
Copy that. Calvin, what do you think? Do you see difference between ES and MES with like, I don't think it's price action, but do you see difference between like RSI or cumulative delta between ES and MES?
I don't look at cumulative delta. RSI, there shouldn't be a big difference. Now, one thing you will see sometimes is on MES, a candle sometimes will close as like a doji or green, but on ES it'll actually close slightly different, and that's because sometimes the division by 10 isn't the same. Now it's rare, but it does happen. But in terms of RSI and cumulative delta, there really shouldn't be a difference on that. That's just my experience. But if you have different findings, let me know.
Okay, thanks. I think I'm not seeing difference on RSI, but I think I am seeing a difference with cumulative
There
delta.
might be on the cumulative delta, because maybe that has something to do with volume, right?
Yeah, the volume of orders going in. So maybe
Yeah.
it's like different orders on ES versus.
I would look at ES though, always, the full size. Okay.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
what's being traded by Wall Street. Like, Wall Street doesn't trade MES. MES is for people like me and you. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
On Wall Street, they're like, you know, they're playing with the big bucks. So I would always refer to ES, or on any contract, really, just refer to the full E-mini, not the micro, if you're like doing technical analysis. And then you can go into MES and take your trade or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just my opinion. Now, we might get this set up, okay? Let's see what happens. Guys, if you watched the video I sent in the Slack channel, the guy talked about how when we come down this hard and this fast and we go oversold, we usually get some V action for at least a week. It's the same thing Tony's saying, okay? And I really think we can easily come up, honestly, to 5,800. I'm not even kidding. Minimum the 200. But I think it can come up into here, maybe even here. If you look back at other times that we've fallen below the 200 like that violently, and you draw the fibs back up, we usually come back up to the 382 or the 100 SMA, okay? Some of you are like, okay, Calvin, how the hell did you come up with that? Watch this, ready? Ready? From the swing low to the swing high. 382. Look at that. 382, 100 SMA. So if we did the same thing here, guys, 38 or swing low to swing high, look at 382, 100 SMA. I really think we can get back up in here. Now, what happens after that? I have no idea. We could do this, we could do this, we could roll over at the 200, or we could do that. Just depends. Does Trump really want to get rid of income tax on people making under $150,000 a year? If that's not bullshit, this thing is going to gap up and go to all-time high immediately. So stay tuned, right? Okay, here comes that setup. All right, and I'm going to mute myself because I got to go do something real quick, but you guys know the setup, all right? It's coming. All right, we're getting ready to take this trade. Finally, the other one like literally was like one tick away from triggering me in, and it didn't. Sometimes you get lucky. So when this candle closes in 1 minute, I will engage. My stop can actually just go right under this hammer. All right. I mean, it's St. Patrick's Day. We got to get a freaking win, right? Who agrees we got to get a win on St. Patrick's Day?
Yes, but I don't know if you can hear us.
I can hear you.
All right. Ray just asked a question.
Sorry. Go ahead, Ray.
So I was saying, what if this red candle, like it just did, it closed right on the 10 EMA?
If it closes right
Tell
on
you
it,
that it's no longer like a super good
no, if it closes right on it, it's still valid in my opinion.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you why. The 10 and the 9 are kind of, yeah, it's fine. If it's right on it, you're good. That's my take on it. Don't get so granular that it's like, well, it closed on it by a tick. It's like, okay, like, that's still okay. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right.
But I feel like it's a fair point, just to continue the question. If it closed where like the bottom of this wick was, I would probably wait, right? Like
Yeah.
if that last candle combined both of them and it closed on the bottom of that
No,
last
yeah.
wick.
No,
like,
yeah.
that'd
I
be
mean, it's
too
not,
ugly.
you have to weigh it, right? But if it's on it, don't trip out too much. Come on, baby. Let's go. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Okay. Here we go. Things I love about this trade, we bounced right off the 50 on the 5 minute. It's a really popular bouncing spot, the 50 on the 5 minute, just so you guys know. We did it here. We did it here. Can we do it here? Yeah, we can. 1,000%. Okay. I know we don't trade on the 5 minute, but the 5 minute is probably the most popular day trading time frame out there, if I had to guess. So it's sometimes good to reference. Let's see if we want to get a fill here. It's taking its sweet time. That's okay. We'll just leave this on. We don't cancel until we get a green under the 10. If we can get a nice trend break here, that can be a very nice trade, guys. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go grab some coffee. Yeah, I guess it's not going to trigger, guys. That's okay. Let's just be patient. You know what I'm saying? If you look at, I'll probably go ahead and cancel this because this is now way below my stop. Okay, so I'll cancel both those orders. I'm going to take these off the screen. And let's look at some other things I have drawn here. So if you go to a 1 hour, okay, and you draw that trend line there, that's probably my next area that I'm really interested in. We are coming into some hourly EMAs, right? The 10, the 20. I know we care most about the 50, but just showing you those as well. So let's see if we can get a bounce maybe here, kind of in this zone. So just so you guys understand what this is Friday's high, okay? This is Friday's high. And if we're going off the open to the close, right, we're bouncing off that 50% retracement, we could come all the way down to the 382. If it fails the 382, it's probably coming all the way down to the 236, which is right on that trend line. So let's just stay vigilant, and we'll see what happens here. Any questions? Okay. Let's see what it wants to do. We got the pink right here. We got the trend line right here. We got support here from Friday. Okay, let's see if it wants to finally bounce and give us this. It's got to break this trend line, guys, okay? Right now, we're in this kind of down channel, but don't forget, this is a bull flag, technically. If this breaks out, that'll be confirmed as a bull flag, okay? It's especially a bull flag if you look at it on like a 15 minute. That is textbook bull flag. Let's go on a 30. Come on.
Yep. So pretty.
Hell yeah. Not as pretty as all of you, though. Not as pretty as Corey. Aw, we don't have Marta on here today. I always miss Marta when she's not on. I'm gonna call Marta after this and be like, Marta, you have to be on.
I'm here.
Where are you at in the world, Corey? Where are you driving?
I'm in New Mexico.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
New Mexico.
Is it hot down there yet, or is it pretty good weather?
It's decent. It's decent.
Okay. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Now, this is taking a while. I'm going to look at some other tickers here. Bitcoin kind of setting up. MNQ doing the same thing MES is doing. Oh, platinum. Who took platinum today? Anybody?
I was debating, but I never did it. I was a little too late for that move.
Yeah, that was like,
And-
what, 15 minutes? Or no, 15 minutes before the open. Interesting. Yeah, that would have been a little bit weird to take.
Yeah, and then after that, the other setups were too late.
Gold took
I'm about
off
to get
right
in
at the gold took off right at the at the open. I mean,
I'm setting up gold now.
nice. Yeah, we might have to wait a bit. A lot of, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but a lot of the moves have been coming near or after lunch. So it'll probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it does this all day and then it's like, it's kind of my guess, to be honest. But it could turn around here too. Let's take a look where we're at on that 5 minute, okay, we're below that 5 minute 50 EMA now. And it looks like we're starting to get below VWAP as well. Let me just confirm. Yeah. We're below VWAP, below the 50. Really, guys, I'm thinking somewhere in here is the bounce spot if we're going to bounce. But like I said, if we don't, we're going to come all the way back to here, okay? Which is the 5,600 level, which is honestly fine with me. I don't care, you know, because it'll probably make the bounce even stronger. So let's see if it kind of wants to do this into lunch, and then we find a bottom, double bottom, bounce. That'd be a really nice trade, just because we have a trend line right there. You see it? Who watched that video in the Slack I posted?
I watched it. Great analysis.
Yeah, it was a really good analysis. And he talked about that we may come back, test the 5,600 level, and that would be what? A gift for calls. Now he's trading options, we're trading futures, but that's what he said in the video.
I was gonna ask you, how did you do on your calls?
I'm still in them.
You still in them?
I was down quite a bit last week. I was down about 16,000. I think I'm only down about 5,000 now. If we go up to the 200 SMA, which is right around here, I'll make like, I think 5K. But if we come up into here, I'll make like, it depends on the timing too, how long it takes. I could make like 20. If we somehow get up here in like a week, I could make like 30 or 40K. Now, am I going to hold all the way up into here? That's going to be pretty freaking tough to do. But I would like to hold. I really think we're going to come up into this neckline. Like, I really, really do. I mean, clearly I do, right? I'm in 111 calls, so I'm pretty convinced at this point. But we'll see. You know, the market can do what it wants. I mean, I'll tell you this, if we start breaking, well, first of all, if we break below this low, I'm out of there. But, you know, if we kind of come in here to like a 1 hour, right, and I turn on extended hours on SPY, that trend line kind of here, this is important for me. If we hold this trend line, I'm staying in. In fact, I'll probably add every time we touch the trend line. But if we start breaking lows like this, or this level, it's time to reduce or get out or hedge. In this case, I'd probably just get out. I kind of have a rule that if we close multiple days and weeks under the 200, I just get in cash usually, or open puts. And we've now traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days under the 200. Now I'm giving it a chance to reclaim it. You know, I'm giving it a chance. Because sometimes the market makers like to mess with people. Like for example, here we closed under at 1, 2, not there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days we were under the 200, but look how that turned out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a little breathing room. If we go back to a scenario where it didn't go so hot, it'd be something like this, right? So it closed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days under, right? Similar to what we're doing now. Came up, which is where I closed my calls, but then we got this nasty double. Well, at first you didn't know, right? It came up, came to the 200, like, oh, this is just a retest. It's going to blast through here, but it didn't. It double topped. Then
And
immediately
went down.
slammed down, closed under it again. That's a clear sign this is not good, right?
Yeah.
You might have a double bottom there, but then that fails. Then this fat sell-off comes in. You're like, oh my gosh, comes up, fails it again. And then when it comes up this time, this is, you 1000% have to short now, okay? You have to. Double top, SMA crossover, you're rich. Then it comes back up, tries it again, you're rich. It comes back up, tries again, you make a little money, and then things start getting a little hairy. And then you get your bullish crossover, and it's off to the races, okay? This stuff is not that complicated, guys. People get so tripped out about the news and the price action and the candles and the da-da-da-da-da. Look, based on historical data, and I could be wrong, but this should bounce about 5 to 7%. 7% takes us back up into the 100. 5% takes us back up into about the 200. 6% takes us back up into here. What happens after that, I don't know. We have to figure it out when we get there. But that's what I'm looking at. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
Cool. Thank you for attending
Spend
my
the time.
Thank you for attending my free swing trading course.
To our benefit. Thank you, Calvin.
For sure. Listen, I got a wedding to go to in the fall in Bali, and it's actually not very expensive to get hotels and villas over there. It's actually really reasonably priced. The food, everything is cheap, but that flight over there, especially if you want to do business class and have a little bed, that ain't cheap. So, trying to make some bread so my girlfriend hates long flights, and I'm like, oh, so you picked the longest flight literally imaginable. She's like, can we fly business? I'm like, let me put some calls on, get back to me in 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens, but I love her to death. Gotta try to do everything for the girl, man. All right. Interesting turnaround. Look at this. I mean, we really started off the day strong, and now we've faded on almost everything. It's very interesting. Microsoft's holding up not too bad. Guys, Microsoft is such, in my opinion, like, I don't know. I know it can drop a lot further, but I like it. Okay. Back to MES. One second. Hold on. Come back here, bro. Okay. Sorry about that. Back to our regular scheduled program. So, hello, MES, popping its little head up. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that we need to break that. We talked about this earlier. This is a channel. It's a day trade channel, but it's still a channel. This was the open. Okay. Tracking. Let me throw a little AV WAP on this hammer and see where that takes us. Okay, up there. Interesting, interesting. What about from this news event here? Okay, interesting, interesting. What about from this low? Okay. All right, all right, all right. Well, let's get ready to rumble. How about that? So we'll do one like that, kind of 1.3, 1.33. How about that? And then we'll do another guy that's gonna be nice and tight, but we gotta wait for this candle to come in first. So I'm just kind of pre-setting up my boxes here. Not getting ahead of myself, just pre-setting up my boxes. And we'll see how this closes in the next 2 minutes. Looks like we might just get it, huh? Just getting this laser precision. Come on, close red. Just hanging out, waiting. Looks like we might get it. So I'm just gonna start setting up my order. Buy, stop, how many? I'll do 2. Just gotta wait. Before I can press the send button though, I got to see it close red. That's part of the 10 EMA strategy. You cannot jump the gun. Looks like it's going to though. All right. Oh, it didn't. I almost pressed it. You see that? This is why you gotta wait.
You need help with anything, brother?
What?
You need help breaking stuff down?
Oh no, I'm good, bro. I got it. Thank you though. I'm about to go do that right now. That was crazy. That candle literally almost faked me out. All right, so we're still waiting. Two minutes on this candle. Let's see what happens. Now, I know some of you are like, Calvin, why the hell would I take this right into the top of the channel? If you want to wait for a breakout and then get on a retest, you can totally do that. I'm not going to, but you can totally do that if that's what makes you more comfortable. Okay? The reason I'm not is because with the only exception being this one, you wouldn't have gotten wicked in over here. It's just been falling very rapidly from the top of the channel. Okay. But I wouldn't have taken this trade because it's not in the first hour. Remember? That's a rule of mine. It's not in the first hour. Let's see if we can get a candle close here over the 10, or if this wants to come all the way down to the blue line. All right, guys. Yeah, this is taking a while, so I've got to run right now. But if I see something, I will post it in Slack if I take it. If this comes up and this hammers and it sets up again, I will definitely let you guys know. But I've unfortunately got to run right now. But yeah, I'm still bullish biased. I still think this is going to break out of the channel. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll post in Slack. It could literally happen here in the next few minutes. But love y'all, and I'll see you tonight. Take it easy, guys.
Thank you, Calvin.
Yeah, no problem.